We're doing cards tonight for today's May 15th. And it's supposed to be one of the luckiest times. And I just want to see what's going to happen for us till the end of May, and then what's going to happen for us in the summertime. So let's see what's the end of May and summer will bring us. Up. It's hot in here. All right. So let's see the card of the day. Oh, see, I told you it's a lucky day. It's over emotion day. Actually, today in the morning, I was doing the cards and we got the Knight of Cups. And again, we're receiving the Ace of Cups, the beginning of some new emotions, it's something could be overwhelming, of joy. It could be also overwhelming because it's something new that you haven't done before. So you could be nervous about it. You could be a little bit agitated about it, or maybe scared about it, only because it's the beginning of something new. It's also can begin a new relationship because cups represents our emotions, and basically any type of relationship where we sharing with each other emotions, right? We giving each other some love or compassion. We're allowing the trust into each other, and so on. Ace of Cups also represents some kind of a holiday, not even like holiday, personal holiday. It could be something that is celebrated in your family. It could be, for example, a wedding. Somebody gonna announce that they want to get married, or they're getting engaged, or they're having a family. Somebody could be pregnant. You know, it's just the overwhelming of emotions that you might receive today. And from today and forward, because I don't have a phone with me, but I just don't want to say the wrong planet. Was it Uranus, or was it the Jupiter that came in today? And basically it's kind of like a planet of luck. And Ace of Cups is also about something new, new moments, new views, new way of thinking. And the way you're thinking is because what will you feel in your heart. So that could be also something very new for you. I don't remember. It's definitely a water sign. So waters for Cancers and Pisces and Scorpios. You know, usually people that are kind of a little bit in their own perfection, in their own fantasy world. The reality sometimes of this world of, you know, working 9 to 5 isn't their best idea or best way of going forward in their lives. They always want something of a fantasy, or they want a lot of freedom, or they want to have more of an open life. They don't want to sit in the cubicles from 9 to 5. So, you know, these are unlimited amount of emotions that you might have beginning from today. And I don't know, did you had a good day today? I definitely had a nice, interesting day. I was on an interview today, and then, you know, So I guess there was some kind of emotions, and then I had to take kids to the doctor, and that's another emotion right there. So very emotional time, beginning of very emotional time. So it could be something romantic. It could be that you find a new friend, or maybe a new colleague that you're clicking together. You know, you finding somebody who might be having the same views, or you're just feeling like they're your people, heart to heart in some way or another. Okay, let's see the cards for what will happen till the end of May. What should we expect? Because this is just the card of the day. And let's see what we should expect. Again, the beginning of something new, but something that needs to be planned out. Queen of Swords represents, this very tactical, very planned out, very strategic type of people. So whatever the process is that will continue in May, the beginning of something new with new emotions of new life. You're also receiving the Magician. Again, another one. Ace represent 1 or 11. It doesn't matter. 1, 1. Something new. Always, it could be in your entire life something new, or it could be in one particular place. So we're receiving here Mercury, and it's either Gemini or Virgo. I would assume the Magician is more Virgo type, because Virgos, I have some friends. My father's a Virgo. My child is a Virgo, but she's totally different. I can't rely on her when it comes to Virgos. But Virgos, I have friends that they know exactly what they want. They know exactly how they're going to get it. They have everything planned out. They're always seeing another part of life that we could be like stupidly blind, not seeing. Like, we're not that far away in our steps compared to the way Virgos are. They can definitely just, go one. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see. I'm not looking at the phone, so I can't. Sorry. Can I get a shout out? It's my birthday. Hey, let's do your cards, Justin. All right, let's do Justin's card. Justin, are you still here? I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of looking up in the ceiling. All right, Justin. Justin, are you still here? Can you say yes? Because I don't want to do somebody's cards if they already left the channel. All right, while I'm waiting for Justin to answer me. All right, so it seems like it's going to be very exciting time till end of May, meaning that you can accomplish a lot of things with the beginning of everything, because opportunities are given to you, okay? Yes, you might feel a little bit virgin in it, because it could be something totally brand new that you never done it before. On another hand, because of the Magician we received, it means that we will have the tools, and we have the tools. You just need to plan them out, figure out how you're going to do them, and do them step by step. That's the only way. All right, Justin is not answering. Anybody else is asked or would like to do their cards? If not, then I'm going to do just, overall of a summer reading. I just want to see what kind of summer we're going to have. All right, what kind of summer we're going to have? Queen of Wands, nice. Queen of Wands represent fire, so it's a fiery sign. It's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Leo represents sun because the sun is the highest in Leo. It's more welcome and more warm and much higher, and just a hot sun. So it seems like summer will be great. Probably we're going to get more sun than we expected. Maybe could be even more hotter. On the other hand, wands also represent a lot of actions, physical actions. So we might do a lot of things might pop up. Interests, activities. Also, again, the fiery signs love freedom. So there's going to be maybe a lot of that I want to be free type of a summer. It also could be very sporty because wands represent sports. But it also could be wands represent business, creativity. So we might get very creative with ourselves when it comes to comes to summer. I'm sorry. Only because, in summer, maybe we're going to get more creative places that we would like to go or see, or beautiful things, where maybe we haven't been before, and travel somewhere else, because wands also represent action, movement. So a lot of us might be traveling as well. Maybe the whole summer is going to be more about movement of going somewhere forward. Okay. And it's all action cards. So it seems like summer might be there. Summer might actually go way too fast for us that we won't even, some of the summers, they're so hot, but yet they're so fast. We might not even notice. By that time, it will be September and the summer is over. So try to enjoy it. Have the activities. Do a lot of activities, do a lot of sports, try to travel, if you have business, try to work some new creative or other way when it comes to your business, or money too. Only because, or you can even spend money on yourself, on your memories. So later on, when the whole winter will be done, at least you have some memories as well. Yes, I can read saves the day. So if you have a question, please ask. Just make it a little bit more detailed, because sometimes, I was reading to a kid one time because the question was so vague. And, I'm not a psychic. I'm reading what is, the signs that give it to me. And, so if you would like a reading, ask exactly what you're looking for. Is it love? Is it something personal? Is it you trying to figure something out? Or your love life? Or maybe your, school or business? Whatever you want. All right. So for now, while I'm waiting on the questions, I will continue to do the summer reading. So for now, the summer might be hot, could be very fast, short, but it also can be fun if you make it. It could be new traveling sightseeings, very interesting, very active, and very spontaneous summer. Okay? I don't know, my cards are not staying. They're all jumping out of my hands. All right, let's see by months. So we have June, July, and August. You know what? This devil keeps popping out. Devil. Devil represents changes in our life, a transformation. It's Capricorn in Saturn, represents Earth. So something might, we might want to begin the fire here, but something might happen in our lives where kind of the dirt will be thrown at us and try to keep our fire down. That could be a pressure. Pressure could be from money issues. Maybe you put yourself into a debt and now you have to work on it to figure out, how to pay off. Or maybe you don't even realizing that yet. The devil also represents sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So we're talking about summer here. Could be very fast, very hot, very sexy type of summer for us as well. Devil also represent huge, big corporations, power, government, IRS, FBI, these huge, powerful organizations. But it also means that you once in a while want to feel like you in power, and or you wanted to do absolutely everything and anything to become famous or well known or have a higher social status and something like that in your life. So be careful when you're going to make any decisions, because there will be very lusty summer. There could be a lot of propositions or invitations or requirements asking you to do something where maybe it could be very tempting and you really wanted to do it, but in the back of your head you're realizing this probably going to cost you some way or another. And usually the devil does represent that, if you want that lust, if you want that fame, if you want that money, if you want that, everything you want, it's going to cost you. Like for example, PD right now, paying for everything that he had. It's very much would be of a devil card when it comes to situations like this. But remember, looking at both at Adam and Eve standing there, they have these chains on them that look very heavy, and the heaviness of the chains represents that you feel somewhat that pain and discomfort in your life, but like it or not, you eventually going to feel that pain even more. You do have an option to take it down, to take it off, but it seems like, you either don't want to do it, or you don't even realize that you can do it. You just kind of in your own, your head is all up in the smoke and you don't realize what's happening. So it seems like the summer will be pretty fun for us. It's fast, sexy, and maybe a little bit devilish. Very interesting and active, but maybe a lot of drinking, maybe a lot of partying, and could be a lot of lusting as well. All right, let's see by the months. I don't know, the devil really wanted to tell us something. So let's see by the months. So June, July, and August. All right. So June seems like it's going to begin also with some partying, or maybe some holidays, maybe some kind of news. Since we did receive the Cup of Ace for May, this could continue to have that kind of a celebration. So maybe somebody's getting engaged, there's some weddings, some birthdays, some kind of celebration with other people, a group of people that we might have more in June. It's also a sign of Cancer, and it's very like welcoming, and it's very like lovey-dovey, let's have fun, I'm very open for it, and so on. The next one is Seven of Cups, and that will be in July. So in July, things might change for us, where we all of a sudden have to or decide to make some kind of decisions what we want in our lives. Or life can happen the way that we will realize that we have to make a choice. And sometimes it's a hard choice because it's all based on our emotions. We're not thinking here at all in summer. So in June, we're having fun. In July, we don't know what we want. Sounds like a lot of people are going to get maybe in some situationships or relationships where later on, because this is Scorpio in Venus. And Venus is a planet of love, money, sex, femininity, a lot of that drone of beauty and, comfort, luxury, everything. Okay, so it seems like maybe in July we're gonna have a lot of where we're gonna have to make choices. Now, what are your choices? It could be a person, it could be the faith, it could be your health, it could be your safety, like your home, the roof over your head. It also could be your wealth. It also could be being famous or glamorous almost to others, and also making something a little bit more devilish. So many of us might write it down in your calendar that July, try to avoid devilish stuff, because you might make a choice of, because you'd be like, hey, it's summer, I just want to have fun, who cares, let me lust on somebody, and so on. The problem with that is that whatever decision we're making, it seems like we're getting the two double sevens. Let me check what it is. But sevens, it seems like you're going to later on fight about it. You might fight about it with others, not pretending, but feeling that you need to stand offish a little bit, so standoffish for what? It could be for what your beliefs are. It could be that maybe you got too much work to do, or you put too much stuff on yourself, and now you're realizing, or it could be the consequences as well. So please, 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 please. It's also balance. So between those two, you need to find. So in July and August, you need to find some kind of power, strength, and also trying to balance things out. Okay. Especially you have to balance out in love and also in harmony, because wands also represents fire. So sometimes we get agitated or irritated and we start attacking people. Well, I'm an Aries. I know what I'm talking about. We tend to wait, and then somebody says something and it's just it's done. It's like it's bursting inside of you and it's coming out, because what's inside, it's straight to your mouth, and there's no filters, and it goes straight forward. So you have to find balance, especially when it comes to relationships, how you feel with other people, how you talk to other people, how much you care about them. Listen, you don't really have to love people, but we still have to find a balance when it comes to people that we're associating, and find the harmony, right? But it also seems like a lot of us might have a very romantic summer, because the situations that are happening here, it seems like definitely between the two people. And it seems like there's a lot of going on with your faith, of how you are connecting with each other, and also how you feel about each other, and also how much of a faith you have for each other. So that's what the two sevens. So you, if you're getting in a relationship with someone this summer, or you're already in, but there's going to be situation happening, because devil also can give us some fun times, but they also can give us some difficult times where we suck ourselves into a situation that we can't get out of. So please be careful, but you definitely can find the harmony with a person. This is going to be a great time to find somebody who is not with only harmony, but with the balance and the faith. Okay, there has to be that faith between you and that person. I'm not talking about church. I'm talking about you having like the right connection. You believe that it's almost like you are the same, or you two notes that got connected. That would be a great time for anyone at summer to find a person like that, where they can be super connected. Now it's two people, but it doesn't mean that it has to be only romantically, because Let me see if there's any romance in these situations, or it just could be with just regular folks. Now, it could be a Knight of Swords coming back. Knight of Swords represents something where we kind of find a fight or trying to connect some way or another. Someone that making too fast of a decisions as well. You know, not really thinking about it. It's all about emotions. It seems like this summer, it's all going to be about emotions. Very, very emotional summer. But it will be fun. I will say that. I mean, come on. You can't say no to that. So we'll celebrate the June. In July, we might have this kind of a little bit of a consequence in meaning like, what do I want? Like I have to figure out what I want at this moment because things have changed and what are we doing, right? And in August, you know, it's becoming that that you might have a lot of things to do. You also, plus it's a Leo in Mars. So, you know, Mars planet is a soldier, a warrior, standoffish, not scared, right? Ready to go to war. Very much a high believer in their own selves. The ego is up, especially in Leo. So, you know, so a lot of times when we have a high ego, we tend to get a little bit blindsided and not thinking about how it looks from the outside because we are kind of in our own pretend type of show. And because of that, you know. All right, let's see. So what is the advice for us in the summer? Advice, look forward, go, you know, this is not about the plans anymore. This is just like go. Look, we have a lot of fire going on in the summer. So this is going to be a really hot summer for us. Even if weather-wise it's not going to work for us, it's going to be more driven. It will be more action. It will be more, let's go travel. Let's go see the world. Let's go make new plans. Let's go open a new business. Let's go make some money. Let's go play with stocks. You know, it's a risk. It's we're not thinking about it right now. We'll think about it when we'll get there. We'll figure it out. We feel lucky. And we definitely have to move forward. Expansion of something as well for us. And this is coming back to Aries and Sun again. So it's the action, it's the traveling, it's realizing that, you know, there has to be some kind of a movement going on as well. Interesting. Can you give us one more? Page of Pentacles. Something coming in a real future. Some kind of monetary gift. It could be a gift. It could be a gig. It could be a job. It could be a child. It could be something financially bringing to you. It also could be love, because it could be something also to look out for your health, because Pentacles also represents health. All right. So it seems like we're doing pretty well in this summer. I'm actually happy. Let's see what kind of, is there any love? What's going on with love in this summer? Well, it seems like everything is love right now. Any way you look at it. But it's also could be, you know, with your work as well. Love seems a little depressing. It's more about scared, maybe being too much by yourself. We're social creatures. We're not supposed to be by ourselves. We're not supposed to be constantly by ourselves. Yes, you can take breaks from people, but we're social creatures. We have to have people out there for us, knowing that they're there for us and knowing that we're fine. That's great. But you still need to have some kind of an action going on when it comes to the connection to these people, because the only way we connected to other people is through feelings, through talking to each other, so we understand the messages we're sending to each other, and also through compassion and physical touch, just the hug or even pat on the back. It helps us a lot. So it seems that it would be kind of scary having such a great summer and being home by yourself and feeling lonely. On the other hand, it could be that you getting agitated about something or nervous about something, and you're going to start thinking about it all the time, and it becomes kind of your addiction. That's all you're thinking about it. It doesn't get out of your head, and you always thinking, well, what if this or what if that, and so on. That usually drives people to depression and sleepless nights, fatigue, sicknesses, becoming delusional, and so on. It all depends on the height of, how much are we going to get fascinated about something. The other thing, it could be that you're just worrying about something. And, they say 89% of things that we worry in life don't really happen. So do you really need this? Think about it. Is it that important going to be in your life if you decided to worry about it? We're constantly crashing our nervous system, especially our gut. And gut is our second brain, and it's all connected to our nerves. But with our negative thoughts, we're constantly putting ourselves in danger, because now we're making not only our brains work with negativity, but we're also agitating our stomachs and making that nervous as well. So it seems like there's something needs to be ending, but you're so scared that it's about to end that you're petrified to know what the answers or what the outcomes might be. And majority of it's probably is just in your head, and it's not like that. So when it comes to romance, you need to be a little bit more open, because it's funny that it says that it's 9 of Swords, but it's Gemini. So Geminis, they are people of two halves. One half is this happy joy, very outgoing, can talk to anyone, walks in the room, finds a new friend in 2 seconds. And there's a Gemini that is constantly in depression, hates everybody, hates life, and constantly make everybody, not just themselves, but everybody else miserable around them. So this is more of a negative Gemini, and it's also in Mars. So again, a battle of your head, your thoughts, and your ideas that start dragging you and making you more upset about things. The focus should be more on the cups. This is going to be a very cuppy season for us. We started in May with the Ace of Cups. Whoever missed the reading I had even 20 minutes ago. So in May, we received an Ace of Cups, a beginning of new relationship, a beginning of new feelings towards others, to yourself, or so on. Cups also represents happiness and joy and love. So we're receiving now a lot of cups. In July, we're receiving also 3 cups. And now, as an advice, also the 10 of cups, meaning focus on people that are supporting you, your family, and the ones that give you only positive thoughts and feelings. I know a lot of people don't have the perfect families. So when we're looking at this card of a family, of joy, of happiness, nowadays, this is a very rare situation. Because even if you have a father and a mother, you still might have a conflicts with your parents. But this card more represents joy and happiness. So with people that you believe that they're like you're part of your gang or they're part of your family, that you enjoy them, you love them, they love you back, and you feel 100% secure with them. Okay, so the focus should be more on positivity and love and joy with other people instead of being single, miserable, lonely by yourself. Even if you're single and not ready to find anybody, which is fine as well, you still need to socialize with other people. You still need to be around people that make you nice and comfortable. But you also need to be more open and finding yourself options and selections of where you might go, where you want to hang out, what do you want to see this summer, because it's all about choices, and it's all about, do you want to celebrate or not? Do you want to make a choice or not? Are you going to fight about this and stand for it or not? So very interesting way to have the summer. All right, let's see what the money wise. What's going on with money? Money, King of Swords. Money, Swords represents restrictions, clarity, also clearance on everything. Everything needs to be written down. Everything needs to be understandable. Everything needs to be, be open. It's also, when it comes to money, you have to be a little bit more strategic about it. You also need to be more smart about it, and you definitely need a discipline. So in the summertime, please try to be, I know, we want to go to bars, we want to go to vacations and so on, but it's just telling us that you have to be a little bit more of, Swords also present like justice as well. So they understand that you should spend money, right? But on another hand, please have a strategy of how you're spending your money and find the balance where you can be happy and still save whatever needs to be saved for the future. Also, it might tell us when it comes to money that you need to maybe talk to a specialist. Specialist represents under the swords like doctors. So maybe you need to go check specialists, and that comes to money. I'm assuming it's making decisions about the health. It also could be that you might need to go see like a lawyer or some kind of a specific specialist, okay? More in a higher ranking type of jobs where there's a lot of thoughts. We're not doing anything with our hands. We're doing with our head, okay? So this is about strategy money. Make sure you take care of yourself, and for now and for the future, okay? All right. Let me see with the large arcans. I want to see what it means. I want to say, so what is the overall of the summer? The Chariot. All right. The Chariot means movement, progress, going somewhere new, desire to progress as well, impulsiveness, anxiety. Yes, it might be have a little bit of anxiety when it comes to things, but you need to progress. You need to move forward. This is also a traveling type of card. If you want to travel, travel by earth, meaning by land. I'm sorry. Wheels, horses, trains. Not by water. And not by air, that's for sure. All right. What else would you like to say to us? If you have any questions, you can write your question. It could be something personal. It could be about your job. It could be about your love. It could be about even just to see what your future like in next, 2025. And we're receiving the Emperor. Emperor is the father figure, that makes our king, that makes the decisions, and also ambition to rule. So you have to feel that you have a control of things in life. Which again, coming back to the King of Swords, also make a choice type of a card as well. Only because before you rule, you need to know what you're ruling. Before you rule, you need to understand what are the plans and so on. It's also the Emperor is firmness about this. Again, making it to stand sometime in August could be, where you need to stand more firm, maybe with yourself or with others. Maybe you start realizing that people are getting on your head and you need to you're feeling used or abused, in a way where you need to say no. Stubbornness as well. Sometimes stubbornness is good because sometimes people don't see what you see and you understand that. And that's why you don't want to move your point, because they don't see what you're trying to tell them. They just don't understand it, or they cannot comprehend it. So sometimes stubbornness is, to me, seems a little bit good, but others feel it's frustrating when somebody is stubborn and keeps saying no, 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 when everybody else said yes, yes, yes. So please, stubbornness, as anything else, needs to have some kind of a limit. The same thing with the firmness. It does not should become a punishment as well. All right. What else would you like to see? Do you guys want to see 2025, how the rest of the months will go? So we got the summer. So if you guys want, we can do like September, October, November, December. It's only 4 months anyways after that. Wow. And the year will be done. Can you imagine? That was fast. Can't believe it. I feel like the year just began. It seems like the time is just like multiplied. It's going way too fast. It's already May. It's May 15th. We're already closer to the summer solstice. That's crazy. It's almost done. And summer solstice is just, and then it's going to go back to the cold days. So it's crazy. All right, let's see the energy of a 2025. Continue from, what do we want to do? We wanted to do the fall and the winter. Okay. Oof, the Tower. The Tower represents changes. Well, we usually do get changes. Scorpio season between the end of October and beginning of November, right before the Thanksgiving. It seems like there's always some kind of a changes happening, right? Well, first of all, we do get elections. That way we see who's our next, leaders. But sometimes it also represents just changes in our personal life where we kind of get squeezed out as well, like a little toothpaste out of the tube. And it makes us uncomfortable. It gives us discomfort, and we just cannot seem to able to function sometimes, because things like this happen. When the tower happens, sometimes it happens just in one position in your life, but sometimes it happens in all of your positions. Meaning, you might have an issue with your partner, you might have an issue with your friend, you might have issues with your parents, you might have issues with your extended family. You might have issues at work. You might have issues with your home or your living situation. And it seems like every little bits of things just kind of like squeezing at you, and you realizing that sometimes that there's nothing you can do, or you're trying to float, you're fixing here and you're changing here, and you're doing whatever needs to be done because you're trying to keep it in control, but you're realizing there's no control. You're just basically kind of taking the bricks and putting them back on the ground instead of them just falling and cracking on you. But then you realize that this has nothing to do with you at this point, that there's, that you can just try to pause and hold on as much as you can and just see how everything just will fall, because then it will be easier for you and understandable in a way, like, where am I going from this point on? So when I had a tower, I usually get towers around also November. In some Novembers I'm okay, and some Novembers I'm not. Usually, I'm finding out some things, or for example, like around November, I found out my dog was sick with Lyme disease. Something that that, oh, this is going to be a huge thing. Or all of a sudden your friends stop talking to you, or they don't want to, starting some kind of issues with you or something, or your mom can't understand when you say or trying to explain something to her, and now you guys are arguing about it. Okay, so it could be that our fall and winter might be a little bit difficult in the way how it's getting a tower. But what is great about tower cards is that they're kind of shaking you. It's almost like your personal earthquake. They shake you out of the system or a position or situation where you might be like half asleep, or you didn't care, or something where it seemed like you would never get out of this situation. And what the tower does, it shakes your core and under your feet to the point that things start falling off. Friends, jobs, situations, partnership, and so on, job or something else where you would want to get rid of because you're realizing you don't need it anymore as well. I'm keeping all my cards upside down. Okay. So receiving the Judgment, and we're receiving the Magician. The Magician, talking about need to convince, manual skill, shrewdness. But we're also receiving a Judgment as well. And Judgment represents, again, shakenness. It's basically threatening us and telling us, if you're not going to stop doing this, let's say you get drunk, you get in a car and you're driving, and a couple of times, maybe you missed a cop or a cop missed you or something, but usually like the Judgment card would come out and telling you, next time you're going to get caught, or next time you're going to get DWI. Like, you can't continue to do this. This is going to come back. It's going to stop and then come back to you in threefolds with something else and create a problem or a situation for you. So whatever decisions that you're making, please make them careful when it comes to during a fall and winter time, because it's usually the season when things are getting shaken. And then it kind of falls off by Christmas, and then in January you're all beat up standing there like, well, I hope that will, maybe that's why they made January 1st as a new year, because in January it's usually the consequences, where now you're dealing with all of this physical. Instead of first it was emotional, then it becomes physical. And when it's the only time when kind of like, okay, we're changing the new year, new life, new opportunities. Maybe they did for a reason, because people were just couldn't handle it. Can you imagine? Oh my God. So fall usually is 2025. Let me see. Can you show me 2025? What does it mean? 2025. What does it mean? Like, show me the card of sun. Weird, because sun is a good card. So 2025 will be bright, could be hot, meaning it could burn as well. Need for dialogue, friendship, scorned help. Friendship, relationship, but sun usually represents radiance and light and brightness, the warmth and the creator. Sun represents God that creates you and allows you, like shines on you. You're like a little ray of God's sunshine. Okay. So 2025 is good in a way, because we're receiving sun. This is what we're being blessed with. Let me see if I'm missing something. So when I say light and radiance, it also means that you might be feeling like you're always in the dark, but then all of a sudden, like lights turn on for you. Okay? Where, for example, like moon, which is opposite, it's a female, it's all emotions, it goes here and there and everywhere, there's a currency in it and so on. The sun is direct on everything. It will bring light and happiness, but you're going to have to go through some transformations. And yet the 2025 also going to be one of the year of clearing things out for us. All right. I would like to do you have a question? Let's pull your card. Don't leave. Devil. All right, I see number one. Your card. Death. But it's transformation. You're going to change in your life. Number two. The Chariot. Progress. Going somewhere. Moving. Fighting. Also a good card. Both have a good cards. Transformation and the Chariot. Allowing you to go forward in your lives. And the 2025 will be perfect for it because we received the sun. Chariot also represents desire and also anxiety or impulsiveness. So you're a little impulsive, number 2. Oh, we got number 3. Number 3, your card is justice. You're either looking for justice or justice is looking for you. It also could be you want to find balance in your life and need for legality. Oh, he left. He said, I'm not getting sued here. Oh, they all left. All right. So, this is our fall. This is our fall. This is our winter. We're going to have a lot of changes. We're going to have to work on some things. Something might not work as much as we wanted, make things uncomfortable, yet we're doing something wrong as well because the universe is going to punish us. It's going to come here and start kicking our butts. Well, let's see what it's going to kick us a butt for, because we're talking about... All right, let's see what's going on in September. I'm going to put it this way because that's longer. All right, let's see what's happening in September. Ooh, King of Swords represents justice for some, meaning some courts. It could be also clarity. Some kind of new information might come our way where, you know, we finally, it clears our head. Maybe something with intelligence as well. But also we need to be a little bit more careful. It could be very sharp, you know, time of September. Also, we might to plan something or think about something a lot or thoroughly. We have to think about it as well. All right. October. Ooh, October is going to be nice, hot. October is going to be all feeling more of a Libra because it's opposite of Aries. Aries and Libras, they're very connecty kind of people. They're almost like a magnets to each other. So it seems like it's going to be very hot, could be very sexual for you. It could be very spontaneous. It could be very funny, awesome type of October. It also could represents of you making some kind of decisions about some situations, going somewhere, so on. 3rd, November, also sword. And look, we're receiving king, queen. Like there's no other cards coming out. All right, let me check what king, queen means. Because it means something. Hopefully I'll find it. 2 kings in a row. Usually means that there will be some kind of a partnerships. Or some kind of like working together type of situation. Okay. What else could it mean? We got an air, and we got air and fire. Okay. So to be ready for it, no. Yeah. All right. So when you're receiving a lot of air and you're also receiving some fire, that means it could be a lot of at bedtime they say at worst times the best art is created. So this is going to be so basically the fall and the winter will be that kind of time where with everything that's kind of going to squeeze you financially or relationship wise or personal life, work life, whatever it is, whatever is going to make a discomfort, it will give you opportunities to create something. So focus on creating something, okay? Especially in the shitty, moody days when you feel like eating chips and popcorn and watching TV, it's better to do something like a hobby that you really like to do, something that you would enjoy doing. It will help you to stay insane and be happier and see things much better and clearer way when you in stress to do your hobby. I know it's really hard, but it's the best focus where you can put your energy, because when your anxiety or your anger, whatever it is, it's still an energy. It's a negative energy, but it's still an energy. So use it. Use it for something actually better, because while you're still angry and still giving that energy, it definitely will help you to see and understand the situation. And when you're over it, then you will see that you actually made a progress while you were in stress. All right. New vision and new ideas. Okay. So fall will be great for new vision and new ideas in your life. Fire represents new strength. And, the winds of both cards, and especially there's a king and a queen. Also, you have to find a balance when it comes to that. Because there will be, it could be, a wind can blow the candle too, but you want to keep the fire, you want to feel the strength, you want to feel the energy. So you need to balance things out in your life. And they will actually, if you can control when you feel like something is blowing your mind out, if you know how to control your fire, which is the energy that you're also pushing into it, and you can create a huge drama with that as well, but you can create a huge mistake as well. So try not to make any stupid decisions when it comes to the fall and the winter, because it's gonna change your life. This is the time where things are changing in people's lives, okay? Because later on, they're gonna feel it for the whole winter, but the changes start always around this time. So please don't make any stupid decisions, because it can change your life to the point where you might have to, you can go to prison, you can go to jail, you can have problems, especially you have a many swords, and swords represents justice, and sword represents also killing or It represents defense and offense. So very careful. Thoughts also. Swords represent thoughts. We think. If we don't know, we go to the specialists. We don't create our own. There's no cups here. We don't do anything with our emotions. We're doing with our heads. Everything with our heads, some emotion. But keep your fire up. Okay. If you guys have any questions, you can write a question. I know, I'm sorry, somebody wrote, and don't say hi, just write a question. Say, I want to know what's going on with my finances, or I want to know, what do you want to know? All right. Next. So we have September, October, November. And then we have a December. All right, Page of Cups. December is awesome time for Page of Cups. It's just a time of happy and joy, of feeling loved, finding some new surprises in life. Also a gift of emotions, happiness and joy. But it also could be on the sad part situation as well. But it's all how you take it. It's your choice to be open for it or not. Or how it's your choice how you react, no matter what it is. It could be a positive reaction or could be a negative reaction, right? All these cards mean either or. It could go good or it could go bad. But you know what? A lot of times when things go bad, this is when things open up. This is when your life changes. This is you becoming new you. This is when things, have to be totally something else. So I say that Page of Cups in December, for some people it could be very happiness and joy, and for some it could be a little bit sad too, especially like if you're divorcing and stuff like that. But it's also kind of giving us preparation for some news as well. Some happy news or maybe very deep news, it like really hits you deep, deep, deep inside. Also, Page represents children, adolescents, and women. So someone, you meet somebody in December, or you'll have a baby that will be very type of like small, sensitive, very kind of like a thin, or some kind of a news. But the news could be a very surprising too. It could be just like, I can't believe this. It sounds almost like a fairy tale type of situation. Okay, so interesting. So we're going to have first kind of a strict, get our strength, pay attention what you're doing. And then it's like December, like, oh, we're chilling. We're having some great news, maybe some emotional gifts, make us all like loopy-doopy about everything. I mean, hey, not bad, I'll say. Can I ask a question? Yes. Oh, hi, Happy. Hi. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Our advice is a very focused on our money, our faith, our health, our safety, our issues where we feel happy, content. 7 represents that sometimes you can ask people for help, and you also can help someone else. It's kind of like I rub your back, you rub my back. And it also could be I'm just giving you because I want to give you and I know you need it more than I do need, or I'm giving you because I want you to be happy, or but it's also a card ask me, or you ask the person, you go ask for help. Okay, don't be shy to ask for help. People love helping each other, and they'll do it as long as they see that whatever they're doing is really changing your life some way or another. King of Pentacles represents, the idea of making decisions, making sure that you are the boss of your own life when it comes to your economy, your personal economy. Pretend that you and your house or your apartment, you're the king and this is your kingland, and how you living in it. What are you bringing? What are you investing? What are you fixing? What are you trying to be more practical about? What it has more use into something, And then also the Chariot, finding a new ideas, be more progressive. Don't just stay in one spot, even though after King of Pentacles, this is like I'm stuck type of situation. But the Chariot tells us, no, you got to move forward. You got to go, you got to travel, you got to work. You can work and travel and go around and so on and so forth. So very interesting. All right. If you guys are ready, we're going to do reading for Happy Sky. She's the only brave person that ever asked me for any questions. And thank you, Happy Sky. Okay, her question is, I want to know if I'm going to end up with CP and if we will move in together and have a baby and stuff. Okay, you have to remind everybody who's a CP guy. So in 2 sentences, I'm going to have to ask you a question because I remember, oh God, there was something. Wait, isn't he the one that has kids? I'm sorry, I don't remember it. All right, who cares? Okay, so CP is a guy that has been and out of for years. Yes, he has a daughter. So he's older. Happy Sky, you're talking again. Okay, so Happy Sky, you're in your 20s, right? You're like 29 last time we talked. And he was older. He was a gentleman with previous, was he divorced? Or he just had a kid from someone else. But okay, he's older. So he travels a lot, right? Is that the story? I'm sorry, because I did other readings and I can mess up. He's divorced. Yeah, he's divorced. So he's older gentleman. And Happy Sky is a little bit younger, but she really likes him. And there's an issue. They constantly fight about something. And they're in and out. They want to be together, and he works a lot. Yes. He works a lot. He has a child. He doesn't really have that much of a time for Happy Sky. But why don't you guys move in together? So let's see where Happy Sky and where CP is. He works a lot. You know, a guy that works a lot probably doesn't have time to think about anything else. All right. Happy? Ooh, happy. Where are you going? Oh, what's going on? Oh my God, what is going on? Oh, Happy Sky is about to lust. She is lusting over something. It could be the guy, and she just doesn't know how to get him. She's ready to give her soul away to Aladdin and ask somebody to help her out, get him all involved in her and say, oh, honey, I can't work anymore. I don't want to work that lot. I want to be with you, only you. The problem is he's going through the transformation. Something is definitely going to die around him. And it could be work. Maybe he's getting a little bit tired of it. Maybe he's realizing he needs to spend more time. Maybe the whole, the economy changing, and he's realizing that his job needs to be changed a little bit, transformed, to something else. I'm not saying he totally quitting his job. He might start thinking that maybe he wants to do something different or something that is a little less. It could be just he's going through some kind of transformation in his life. Compared to you lusting all over, girl. And I totally get you. This is the season. This is the spring. This is what you want. But the guy is the guy is dead when it comes to this. He is in his own little cocoon right now. Okay, he's cocooning over there, and he's about to become a butterfly. He's transforming from a little worm that you found to a beautiful butterfly. So you're going to lust even more for him. And Happy Sky, I wish you all the best. Just don't do anything where don't sell your soul to the devil, okay? The devil always give you opportunity, but there's always cleverness in it. So you have to be very smart, okay? And logically smart. All right, so what's going on in their relationship? Let's see. Everybody left the channel, so Happy Sky, it's just you and I, which is very happy. I'm always a pleasure to read your cards. Okay, let's see what's going on in your relationship. Balance. The Lovers is good. Maybe something looking more forward to. There's definitely some kind of maybe I need to sit this out a little bit. And, sometimes you do. Sometimes you need to pause something in your life. You can't constantly, be driven. There's always a stop sign somewhere in life. It could be on the road. It could be in your personal life. It could be sometimes, health is giving you a stop signs in life where it kind of make you to pause and to relax and enjoy your body. So yeah, this is very interesting. We're also receiving the Two of Wands. It's kind of like where we're going forward. Is there a future? So it seems like there is a future. Somebody's looking forward. You're also receiving the Lovers. Consciously, it seems like you're connected to the universe. So you are meant to be together. So there is some kind of a connection going on with you. That's why you can't get away from each other. And you're also receiving some kind of a balance. It could be that the energy is just, like you're saying, not enough for you because you're always trying to find, like okay, here's a limited amount of time, but how can we make it that it's worth it? Sometimes we feel like we need more time to feel better. And unfortunately, right now, the energy is just isn't there. It's kind of like you're receiving very minimal of it, and you're also kind of trying to budget it and balance it out in your life. All right, one more card. But there's definitely something in the near future. It's coming. It might take a while, but it's coming. But it seems like very earthy as well. So it seems like everything takes time. This is a slow relationship. This is not going to be one of those relationships. You might have an energy for the craziness in your life, but otherwise, it's kind of like stand still in many ways. Like the lovers, it's not rushing, it's standing. The hangman, it's standing. They're all kind of standing. Nobody's going anywhere. So the relationship is not going anywhere right now. Well, it's not insignificant. It's still 5 years. So 5 years, I don't know if it sounds a lot to you, 5 years or not, but 5 years is still a stillness. It's still a long time. Listen, in 5 years, there's a lot of people in a year tend to get pregnant, marry, and divorce, and the kid hasn't been born yet. So for 5 years, for a lot of people, that's a decent, big, long relationship. By 5 years, you should be married and have a kid together. Yes, everything is in the still mode. And I don't know, is it because he's cocooning there in his own transformations? But when you asking him what is happening, what is he telling you? You feel it's a waste of time because 5 years seems a lot. Are you young? You still, yeah, but on another hand, there are people, they're like in relationships forever and then they turn around, they leave. And in 6 months or 3 months, they're finding someone else and they marry in 6 months. And then within a year, all of a sudden, these people in a totally different relationship over the hills and saying, oh my God, where have you been all my life? All right, let's see where is this relationship going, okay? Because right now it's all in a stiff position. It's just not going anywhere. All right, where is it going? Is it going? Will it move? We want to see some movements. Someday. He says someday. Yeah, men think sometimes, well, not men only. I know a lot of women too, that they have the entire life in front of them. No. How old is he? He's in his 30s, right? Or older, 49? Was he 49? 45. Oh, okay. I'm 46. And let me tell you something. I don't know what he's thinking, but there's no future. You're waking up, you're constantly in pain. You by 45 probably have some kind of arthritis going on or osteoarthritis that you don't know yet about. You probably have issue with the back because you not really moving or exercising or something else, and your spine is already getting all crushed under your own weight. But yet he's not moving. So let's see where is it going? Okay, where is it going? Because for him, he thinks there's a future. He's 45. I hate to tell him, but majority of men around 50 have issues, okay? And they can't like get up or something else, or it just shrinks, or, you know, but they think they're going to still build everything and they have energy and everything is great. No, they're losing so much energy. You know how they're saying women have menopause? Men have a menopause. I think it started from them. I mean, it sounds menopause. Men oppose. All right. I don't want to scare you, but let's see your future. God. Sitting again. Oh. All right. So looking at those cards, I feel like the Queen of Swords is probably you. You are, you know, you're trying to have a plan. You're trying to have some kind of a strategy of what are we doing here at all, right? Am I wasting my time? What am I doing, right? Where he is more like spontaneous, we'll get there when we'll get there. What are we rushing? We enjoying this? Why do we need to change? Why we gotta make it more complicated when it works the way it works? Let's do something else instead. You know, just can kind of have no interest as well. But have a sexual drive, and it's all based, could be a lot of it based on releasing of energy, having fun with you, or maybe the energy sucker, you know, sucking energy out of you as well. It could be a situation. But he's a very fiery sign, very short-tempered, could be stubborn, you know, goes kind of wherever he wants to go. He needs space, needs freedom, doesn't want to be attached to some kind of a system on his own. You know, yes, has motivation, probably works, like you said, works a lot, loves his job or something, you know, just needs this energy release. So for fiery sign like King of Wands, which is Aries and Leos and Sagittarius, the best way to be is release of energy through either exercising or through working. So this is you know, he's working. I wonder if those cards show me being cold to him. Yes, it could be. So Queen of Swords usually represents like this cold, very diplomatic, you know, no emotions, based on the rule type of a person as well, where he's a little bit heated hearted. You know, sometimes coldness represents rejection. And if you're constantly cold to him, he constantly might start feeling that you rejected him all the time. A fiery sign like him that represents him right now. And I'm an Aries, and I'll tell you, if people are going to show me they have no interest of talking to me, or, you know, pretending they're cold with me, or doing, I'm out. I don't need it. What the hell I need that for? You know? So he might feel that way. There's definitely showing a disappointment, a kind of like emotional crisis. And I'm not sure if this is for both of you or just it's kind of on the side. So let's see what that means. Why you gotta be so cold? Because you got probably tired. Pisces also, look, every sign and every card has plus and minuses. So Pisces, yes, they can be very sensual. They can be very romantic. They can be very open. They can be very emotional. But my ex was Pisces. He always told me one thing. He always said, between love and hate, it's literally one little thread. Jumping from that to that, it was no problem for Pisces. But one represents energy of heat. One represents energy of action, of working. You know, because he works a lot. He produces a lot of energy, even though he's Pisces. First of all, I'm Aries, but I have a lot of planets in Pisces. And any astrologers that I talked to, they told me I can look at Pisces horoscope as much as I can look at my Aries horoscope, because I'm so close to Pisces that majority of my planets are in Pisces. So, you know, just because he's Pisces, you know, he might have more of the energy of a fire somewhere in him. Maybe he's going by the moon. Maybe his moon is in Aries. You don't know that. And maybe he's more of a moody type of guy instead of a sunny type of guy. And, you know, maybe he's working more throughout his emotions. That's how it helps him as well. I want to see this 5. Because there's definitely some kind of, this is Scorpio and Mars, some kind of distress when it comes to the emotions. And I just want to see who it's from. So the 8 of Wands represents progress. A high, alerted, power, strength, flying. Like just swords flying at you, you know? But also we have kind of like the Hermit. The Hermit represents the quietness, the researcher, the searcher for answers, this detective that is looking for the truth. And we have the Empress, the goddess of femininity, the Mother Earth, the one that creates life. By giving life, it's also giving the abundance. And it does it through sexuality and power. It's strength of birth and creating something. I think this is you. You are stressed out about the situation. And you on one hand want to change everything right away and make some kind of fast movements. On another hand, you're also searching for some answers. But you over here baking your eggs while he's thinking about something. So how's it going to move in the future? You have to find yourself you have to put your position with him to Venus in Scorpio. I'm sorry, not Scorpio, in Cancer. Meaning, you have to be more open. You have to be more diplomatic. You can't fight with him about everything right now. You have to find a common language. You have to make him welcome. He needs to feel happy and content around you. He needs to feel like he's at home. You also have, at the same time, you have to find a partnership together for each other, and you have to find something in common. What brought you together? What made you want to be together? Find that connection again with him. And from that point on, you need to go through this crisis together of emotions, of feeling broken or feeling poor, and realize that there's always hope on the other side. And there's always a light. And you have to follow that light. Because after you follow that light, and after you believe everything that you see in the light, you're going to win. But it has to be a partnership of coming together. You have to understand, if he works a lot, write him romantic letters. You have to always find a way. There has to be a way. You have to be creative. You have to be more sensual. You have to be more lovable, and not just for yourself, but for him as well. So you can do to him what you would want him to do to you. If you wanted him to give you attention, you got to also give him attention. You can't be cold-hearted. You have to balance this one out. It was coming to you right here in this pose. Balance the relationship between you two, where, equally happy in it. I'm not saying you're going to be 100% happy. Nobody is ever 100% happy. You, in less than a minute, can find out something and start talking about something negative in your life that bothers you. So let's get out of that delusion. The delusion in here won't last at all. Delusions don't last in real tough relationships. Partnerships, what making things, okay? I'll clean as much poop as you cleaning poop, but we might cleaning different poops. You know what I mean? It could be, I'm going to do my job, you're going to do your job, and we're coming in together and we figuring things out like a partners. It almost be not just by love, but also almost like a business agreement, Like when you talk to your boss, let's say about taking a day off, you start getting with him into agreement, right? You start telling him like, look, I would like to take this day off because of this, this, and that. You're giving them the reasons so he could understand and say, I get you. As a human being, I get you. It's okay. And yeah, you can go. Go ahead, Same thing in a relationship. You have to acknowledge him as an equal partner to you and have to connect to that. The problem is you're receiving this crisis again. You do have a little bit of crisis. It's like a pour of who you are, or there's no base. There's no financial or stability or emotional as well, because you're receiving a 5 of Cups. It's almost the same thing. It's, I feel terrible. I think it's terrible. But this card is a little bit better than this one. And the only reason is because here you're kind of putting the red, the pink color rose glass sunglasses on yourself. And you start whining, crying about how terrible life is. In reality, it's not that bad. In reality, it's actually much better than you think. But sometimes we get in those modes where we're making things miserable around ourselves just because we want to feel poor some way. Pooh me. Everything is not going right. Trust me, I get it all the time. But there's a light and you need to go towards it. So if you want this relationship, and it's possible for you because you coming out as a winner out of it. You can be celebrating it. But you need to find a partnership between you two, balance it out. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Try to figure out a way that you can make this relationship work. Just because he works, it doesn't mean you can't go visit him once in a while, or it doesn't mean that he can't take 10 minutes and make a video call for you, or you can go and make a surprise to him and send him something that will remind him of you and make something nice for him as well. It's not just he needs to always make nice for you. You can make something nice for him as well. So if you go with that plan where you're going to try to find the partnership with your heart and soul and, make it wonderful instead of feeling sorry for yourself, then you'll be fine. You're going to get there. Okay, will you have a baby? I don't think do you really want a baby with him? It's a moon in Cancer. Moon is the biggest and it's the only home in Cancer. Cancer has its own moon. There's, other zodiacs, sharing some planets where Cancer is the only one that has the moon. It doesn't share with anyone else. It has its own planet. It's very specific. And it's all about emotions, super emotions. It's how we feel it from inside out. Sometimes it makes no logic to us, but it's giving us kind of that human kind of wild instinct in a way that it shuts our brain off, and it's all about wild feelings. You know how they say like a full moon, everybody's going crazy and there's more phone calls to 911 and ambulances and more accidents. It seems like there's just this energy just kind of coming out wild, and sometimes it's so wild it becomes negative for whatever reason, like accidents, fights, murders and so on. But it seems like when it comes to do we want to have a child or not, there's a thought process going on here. And it's not with your mind, it's with your emotions. And I'm wondering if you sometimes questioning it yourself. Do you want to have a child with him or not? Do you see yourself with a person? I mean, if you're going to work on a relationship a little harder, yes, it can work. But again, there's emotions. There's a little bit I feel like because there's a little bit of a negative emotions going on in your relationship, There's something that's going on where you do feel a little negative about it. You have to solve it. You have to bring it up. You have to let him know so he knows. This is the quality of a diplomacy. We're opening our books and I'm telling you how I feel. You're telling me how you feel. And then we're trying to figure out where we stand. Okay, so we want to have kids. Okay, how many? Let's have one. Okay, let's start with one. When? How? What are we doing? Getting married, or is it a big wedding, or we're just gonna go sign paperwork at whatever it is. There has to be some kind of a plan, negotiation, and so on. It seems like when it comes to children right now, emotionally, maybe you're not ready. You're not sure. It's just like, or you want something, and what you are receiving, maybe you're a little bit confused about it. Maybe you're not, you want to see more options. What's out there? Is there something out there? And the universe is about to, it's sounding like, look, you want children? Sure, go ahead, take it. But the position you are in, you just don't see it, or you're not paying attention to it. There's almost like this flag waving in front of you, or more like beside you, but your vision is just, you're not seeing it. Okay, so maybe you need to be more open. Maybe you need to decide, what do you really, really, really want with this person? Because I guess with the 5 years of time of him just standing still and not changing anything when it comes to the relationship, you're not sure. And since he's a Pisces, Pisces, are they manipulators in some way or another? And I don't know if you putting yourself situation where maybe you're manipulating yourself because you want to, because he makes you go crazy. There's something about him that you cannot let go. You are deeply involved in this. Even though you always have a position to get out if you want to. But you don't want to, because everything kind of come back to, hey, we can work this out. We can win this. We can just, Page of Pentacles, also a great card. And, this winning situation, and there's some kind of good, joyful future coming. Something that you feel like, okay, this was a good investment as well. I think you need to start doubting yourself and doubting what's going on, and enjoy, find the balance. You have the guy that you want. Obviously, it doesn't seem like you'll get somebody else. You are connected right now with him. He's a little bit in a standstill. Listen, a lot of men, and my understanding, well, women not as much, but a lot of men, they get into pretty shock after divorce. They always felt like, oh, maybe the one that I married was the one. But in reality, maybe not really. But then maybe she was the one for him, and then they got divorced. And when you go through such a big, big heartbreak, people are coming out with the wounds, Divorce for some men, it's almost like something died. Their family died, the one that they built it. They're alive. They're still walking around. He still has the daughter. But the family died. And they feel very much wounded soldiers, almost walking around. And soldiers, because they survived it. They survived that shock. They survived that pain. They survived, maybe not all of them surviving after they seeing the divorce lawyer. But the point is that they do feel like a wounded soldiers after the divorces, and it's going to take them forever sometimes to make any type of decisions. Especially he's looking at you, you're still pretty young. I mean, you're 29, I think, and he's 45. That's a big age gap between you. So maybe he's just like, well, she's young forever. She can wait while I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my life. 5 years, that's a long time. That's a whole another marriage. Do you know how long he was married to the other, his first wife? Or whatever. His last wife? Was he married for a long time to her? Or was it a quick marriage? Let me see, King of Swords. Swords represent something quick. I'm trying to see in the book if I can find what does the like when it comes to time, maybe. So swords usually represents a thoughtful activity and intellect. So it's really a thoughtful process. But swords usually represent something fast as well, Like when you're fighting with swords, you don't fight long, Slow motions, because that way you can get killed. You do it everything fast. Ooh, I can't find it. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe I'll find it somewhere else. No. Can't find it. Let me see what's here. Yeah, I can't find it, anything. But swords usually represent something very fast. Okay. All right. If anybody else would like to do a reading, please ask a question. Thank you, Happy Sky. I thought it was very informative. You really need to like have a conversation with him. But you know, Pisces, man, oh my God. They can be so sensitive and they can tell you whatever you want to hear, but it's not, Pisces are not of action people. But he was showing up as a Aries, so he's more of an action person. So maybe he's a little bit different. But hey, you can still win with him, right? You just need to be a little bit deeper as a partner. Anybody else have a question? If you want, you can write your question and I will answer you. If not, what would you like to read? Let's do June. Actually, I have a different cards too if you want to play with. I have Slavic Oracle and I have a regular Oracle. This is Talisman Oracle, and this is the Slavic Oracle. We can do some cards for us just to see what should we do. What should we do in the future? What is our future? Future, let's say till end of May. What do we need to look forward to? Happiness. This card is so slippery. Willpower. And Luna. Well, let's start with happiness. Because I'm sure everybody knows what happiness is, but it's time to appreciate life with a bright and positive outlook. We'll all go through difficulties, but when there's water, so finally still, we can fill our hearts with gratitude and radiate the joy from what we have accomplished. Cherish every moment and shine brightly. The flower of the center of this card is soaking up the abundance. Very nice. All right, let's see Luna. Only because we're going alphabet order. Of course, I already lost it. Luna. This card represents the freedom of desire and illuminated path of moonlight dream. The night can bring comfort to your imagination, fly, and to show your wild sides. In the dark, our subconscious can bring to the surface vivid clues of a hidden situation. You can achieve your goals and desires if you pay close attention. Okay. To the limitations of logic and reason. Yes, because the moon is clearly not giving us that enough. This card can also represent prophetic dream and unrealized wild side that calls upon you. Try to be careful with that, because there's too many wolves on the street. You might think you're a wolf, but you actually could be a sheep. All right, willpower. It's time to channel your willpower through fierce dedication. You have set your objective, and by applying discipline, commitment, and courage, you will achieve your goals. At times, your target may seem too far away, or people might try to convince you to adjust your expectations. But you alone know the power that you hold within. Stay confident in your abilities and focus on the next step in front of you. The dominant presence of the bull is helping you through the tests of your strength and resilience. The victory is within reach. Whisper your goal out loud and stay strong. All right, let's see now the Slavic ones. So it's pretty powerful type of end of May we're looking at. All right, let's see what's the other oracle tell us. What are we doing till end of May? All right, let's see what death is talking about. Death. Okay. All right. I don't know if you want to know this or not, but so there's a holiday. It's called Joyful Remembrance of those who have died. You know, like Halloween. On the second Monday or Tuesday after Easter, where families going to the cemetery, kind of hanging out with their dead people, their dead ancestors, and have a feast in the cemetery. So this card, it represents acceptance. You accepting a life and death, and you are realizing that, you know, everything comes and everything goes. Nothing stays forever. It's also acceptance of ancestors coming together in family. So basically kind of that knit connection with yourself and with your close people, your relatives, basically, your blood. Kind of like the grandparents, acceptance, happiness, coming together. Now, if you have some kind of blockage, then you need to remember your past and be grateful for it. Once you take a look at your history, you can apply the lesson it has for you. Actions. Celebrate life and everything within this moment, for it won't last forever. Okay, so you enjoy every moment, you live minute by minute, day by day, and, you know, enjoying this life. Nobody promising you the future. All right, the next one is hospitality. I'm guessing we understand what that means. I guess being more maybe open to others. Okay, let's see. So Russians, Ukrainians, great, important, respected, and admired guest with a loaf of bread and salt placed on a tray lined with a cloth and the sign of hospitality. So basically, welcoming others with higher respect. And hospitality now and in ancient times was seen as a way of securing alliances and evading violence. Early pagan Slavs believed that hospitality treatment or traveler could result in that voyager seeking revenge on them. If the traveler died and became a spiteful ghost during his 40 days on Earth after his death, inhospitable behavior could even result in them facing the wrath of the demon, as it was suspected that a traveler dying an unnatural death and not receiving proper burial could evolve into a dangerous entity. This is how we got all these creatures in the woods. All right, so the keywords. No way. Oh yeah, I forgot we're in the hospitality. Bake, beauty, culture, domestic greetings, home, kindness, wedding. Okay. And revenge, if you have a blockage in being more open to people because you're scared of a monster. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Someone's kindness should not be interpreted as genuine care. Okay. You will have to put your best face forward in order to assess everything and everyone correctly. Or be more diplomatic. Okay, be polite. Just tell yourself this is not your concern. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not my concern. And only hold judgments when they are warranted. Until then, greet everything and everyone without prejudice. Be open. You can find peace. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's in the reverse position. Be open to others and other culture. Give it a chance. Okay. Offering. Let's check that one out. Let's check it out. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh my god, it's been 2 hours. All right, I'm gonna do this last one, and then I'll leave. All right. So pagan Slavs cultivated relationship with gods, demons, sorry, and land and its spirits via offerings. Group offerings are made in ritual, can be led by anyone, but are most popular initiative by Volk or Shariat during lunar times of the year, solstice, holidays, and before agricultural happenings. Valuable products like meat, milk, honey, and bread are traditionally offerings given in gratitude and appeasement and in exchange. They can be given by placing them into sacrificial fire after they have been imbued in intention by those within the ritual after being used in the toast as a Slavic priest. All right. These offerings serve a medium to connect to the being of a prav, upper world, and nav, underworld. Prav and nav, up and down. Offering through that one becomes more like a god and can be noticed by them, right? So altar, creation, devotion, magic, gratitude, praise, sacrifice, spirituality. Now, when I pulled it out, it was upside down. So I'll look at the reverse, and it says ancient technology, open portal. Reverse position. Okay, humanity is the mercy of the gods and the elements. No offering or gift can truly persuade them out in their nature. They rule and will rule no matter how much people may think otherwise. An ignorant man doesn't have the dominant over the earth. Action position, give to the gods. So I guess also be more open. All right. Well, that was interesting. So these are cards for end of May. And let's kind of quickly go over them, and I'm gonna go sleep. I'm tired. All right. So the death meant be love, care with your ancestors, hospitality, be open, be more diplomatic. Don't judge people before you even see them or talk to them. You know, be more open. And on another hand, it was telling us, oh my God, I already forgot what it was telling us. No matter if you make sacrifices or not, no matter if you're rejecting the faith or gods or not, you still don't rule the earth. Okay, you're not in control. We're little piggy little shitties here. They don't care about us. I mean, they care, but we're not the bosses of Earth. Basically, that's where we've been told tonight that we are not. Humans are not. All right, and we have willpower, happiness, and Luna. Luna means don't get too distracted or don't get too delusional with yourself. Okay, but there's a willpower and there's a happiness. So May will be great. There's a lot of kind of like deep issues that you have to focus on, but stay positive and realize you're nobody here on earth. Okay, you're just a human, a little bug that you can get squashed. So live your life like a happy little bug. Be open to everybody and be nice to everybody and be very welcoming to everybody. At the same time, know where you're from, where you came from, and what you're going to stand for. So I wish you all the best. Have a good night. Thank you for coming and watching. Thank you for staying. Thank you, Happy Sky, for asking a question. I hope it'll get better for you. You know what to do. And have a good night. Thank you. Please hit like, subscribe, share with your friends. You can also have private readings. You can just ask questions on any of the videos, or you can DM me or private message me. I have a YouTube. I also have a TikTok. Same videos, but if whatever easiest way for you to contact me, you can do so. So thank you so much. Have a good night. Ciao.